Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are going to be getting the foundation for our XP farm nice and set up today. So I hope you guys are ready. So today we are going to be working on this mob spawner that we have over here. Now, this is a very particular type of mob spawner or a very unique type of mob spawner because it is spawned right in the above ground basically. And I've never experienced one spawning above ground like this. So we have a couple of different options that we can do for this spawner. We can have it be over here, so we can walk in and get our mobs right here, or we can have it over here. And I'm still debating on which one is the best. I think this one would be a better gallery type one, but is going to require a lot more cobblestone, whereas this one is not. I think I'm going to go with this one for right now, but let's sort of talk about how we are going to build this thing. And I'm going to do my best to explain how we're going to build it and build it with you. So this is our spawner. We have 3 blocks from the bottom here. You see I placed down cobblestone down here and have this all cleared out. Above is not so much necessary, but I do have the above section cleared out about 4 blocks. And you don't have to do that, but I decided to go ahead and do so. So what we're going to be doing with this is we need to stand a certain distance away. If you didn't know, mob spawners, they only work when you're so close. You see how the particle effects just stopped? If we get a little bit closer, you can see the mob in there starts spinning, and that means it turns on. When we are a few blocks away, it stops. But there's another thing. If the mobs are within range, it will not spawn again. So we need to funnel the mobs up and out of its circular area that basically detects if there's a mob nearby. And once we get it out of that area, it should spawn more mobs. And then we're going to drop it out of the range over here that it detects it. And we can still kill the mobs, but we are going to stand here so it stays activated. That's what I want to do. And that's what we got to get set up. But the water mechanics have changed how mob spawners work. So what I have here is just a 3-block section that is going to basically give us area to kind of get the mobs to do a little bit of finagling, so that way we can take them up a water elevator that's going to go up here. And we're going to have to go slowly but surely set that up. So what I need to do now is, since I'm going to have it facing this direction, I need to go ahead and place a layer of stone here. And I need to place it in a very certain, or a very particular pattern. So it's going to need to go up on the wall here, and then on this side is actually only going to go 3 out. So I'm going to have to grab some cobble. Actually, we can probably just use some of the materials that we used here. We need to go 3 out here, and then this is sort of going to have a step pattern that's going to go like this, right? All the way through here. And that's just going to allow us to use 2 buckets of water instead of a few more, than it would require instead. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and fill this with some of the materials that we actually took out of here. There we go. Fill that all up. Perfect. And we have this nice little area here. Actually, just for the sake of design, let's go ahead and fill that as well. So when we put 2 buckets over here and over here, they're actually going to fall down, and it's going to push you and push everything into this spot right here, right? And then this is going to have to go down a little bit. So as soon as it hits this point, we're going to have a wall here. So consider this our wall that is right here. Let's go ahead and sort of block this up. Use some cobblestone. Let's assume this is the hole that we're going through. So the water is still going to push right here, but we are going to need this to actually drop down as we are in this frame. So it's going to go down 1 block, and it's still going to go over, but down here we're going to put something special that is going to go down there. Let's actually go ahead and block this up, as that is going to cause issues if we don't. Awesome. And then right here is actually going to be a block of soul sand. So we just got back from the nether, so soul sand is going to be awesome. Now, this is going to actually be a block of soul sand. So let's assume this is soul sand for right now. And we need to go up so many blocks. And that's where we have a certain amount that we're going to have to pillar up. So let me go ahead and grab some cobblestone, and then I'll come back and then we'll talk about how tall this actually needs to be. Okay, so from this block down here, we're going to go ahead and count up 22 from the soul sand. So we have the soul sand there, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So once we get 22 blocks, we're actually going to go 1, 2, 3 over, and that is going to allow us to connect it down to the bottom section. So while we're up here, we only need to do a few things, but I think that that is it for now. Here in a little bit, we're going to build the top section, and then we're going to find out how that is actually going to function. And then I can go ahead and leave these trees here. I don't really want to tear them down because I want to use this later to incorporate this into the build. Because I want this to be more than just cobblestone, so that's why we're going to decorate it as we go. So we need a way down, and the best way to get down is probably to use the vines that are available on the tree. Look at there. Yep, and we barely took any damage. All right, so now that we know how high that needs to be, we need to make sure that these things are going to drop and land right here so that way we can kill them. Now, if you drop them 23 blocks, you'll know that you can punch them with your hand, and that'll kill them. But I also want to be able to use my swords and stuff, so I think that height is going to be just fine for us. All right, so here's where the mobs are going to end up being, and we have this set up down here. Let's go ahead and sort of finish up the rest of this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to structure this up, and then we're going to talk about how to actually set the top piece. So now that we're up here on top and we kind of can see that we've gone the correct amount, we need to extend this up a few more to create the little overpass area where the mobs are going to go. So we need to go up 1, make sure we have room, 1, 2, and 3, giving these guys a 2-block space. And we're going to extend this all the way over to the end of this section. But we're going to give this 1 more for the hole where the mobs are going to drop, and then 1 more which is going to provide the area from which this is actually going to work. So, or going to cover things up. And then we need to kind of fill this up as well here. And this is also going to extend the distance as well. And that is going to pretty much cover this section here. And we need to do the same thing on the other side. Pull this over. Luckily, we can place blocks down too. And right here is that hole. And then right here is where everything will connect. And technically, this is where everything needs to go. So I'm going to go ahead and break this and this. And even that corner can go, because those are basically just useless blocks. And then again, we can go down because we have this lovely tree, which is right next door. And we can kind of look at the rest of this. So I did go ahead and encase the rest of this. Like I said, this is not what the final product is going to look like, as we are going to decorate. But mostly, what I'm working on is getting the functional structure done, and then we can start working on making it look better. But I want to get the functional part done first. All right, so all that's really left to do on this is just kind of come up here and really just make sure that the hole that the mobs are dropping down is done. And I mean, that's as simple as this. Just kind of going up and making sure our blocks are blocked in. Now we are going to hit a point where we need to probably build a little bridge so we can finish building. But I mean, for the most part, this is how a functional mob spawner would look in your world. So yeah, you can see we can close that. This is where I said I'm going to make a little bridge. There we go. And break this. And unfortunately, perfect. I was able to make that jump and still use the tree to get down. Man, I love having that tree nearby. So this is almost completed. The only thing we have left to do is to place a fence down here. And I don't know if it has to be a particular kind of fence. We can go ahead and get one down right now. Let's go ahead and place one. We'll make some sticks. And then we'll go ahead and make a fence. And what we can do is go ahead and place that fence down right here. And what that's going to do is going to make mobs want to bounce up whenever they hit that. So that way they just transition right away. Like, I'm not jumping, but I'm able to jump to that next block. And what we got to do now is get to water, but I need to find an ocean biome because we need to grab some kelp. And we also need to get our soul sand, and I need to get some ladders because that's another thing we got to do. Almost forgot. Let's go ahead and talk about that because we can get that set up right now. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of these. I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch of ladders. Hopefully that is enough. 27 should be plenty because it's only 22 tall. And I need to actually place ladders where our water is actually going to go. And so I'm going to go ahead and extend this all the way up with ladders. Because we're actually going to have to place signs throughout this. And then later on we can go ahead and break these. So there needs to be signs in here. Let's get a little bit of a torch going on down here. Kind of help us with that lighting. And we're going to go ahead and make, not this, we need to make some signs. So I have 48 sticks. We only need, what, 20 some odd signs? There we go. So let's go ahead and take that ladder. And we're going to place signs lining this whole area. So right here, there needs to be a sign. Needs to be a sign to block this. Now the other signs I believe can go here, so it doesn't really matter too much, but I'm going to place signs going up. Those other signs though, they do have to be in a particular place. And this is just going to hold water but also give the mobs a nice space to shoot up so they don't cram too much. There we go, and we're going to keep going up. And you can see this isn't too difficult. So you can do this right away. I mean, I could have made this mob farm. I mean, I needed to go to the nether. That was about the only thing. And we're going to see how that elevator actually functions once we get this all set up. So there is going to be a water source block right here, which means there also needs to be a sign right there. And while we're in here, let's also think about this, because the water's going to come out. We're also going to need a sign directly here. Actually, I'm going to take the sign. I'm going to place it right here, just for the looks. And that's going to be mobs are going to kind of go here. The sign doesn't affect the mobs, I don't believe. So it's just going to prevent the water from going out. And then the only other thing we have left to do, well, that is to break all of the ladders as we go down. Very simple. All right, so I do kind of know where an ocean biome is, but we're going to have to get some kelp, as kelp is going to be how we're going to expand that water all the way up to the top. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and I guess get Elon, and we're going to take Elon for a trip and go find an ocean biome. And yeah, we're going to search out and hopefully find some kelp. So as you can see here, I have found an ocean biome, and just like that, we have kelp. So we can go ahead and go down here, grab some of this kelp, and breaking it from the bottom allows it to kind of float to the surface. And what we can do up here is just walk around and pick it up. We only need like 20 so odd of it, 20 or so to pick up, but I am going to grab a bit of extra because I think I want to make a kelp farm at my own base eventually, and not actually have it out in the ocean. So it is pretty nice to be able to pick some of this stuff up. Let's see, we have a whole stack of it, which is plenty. And now we need to find Elon, which should be over this way. Did I already lose my horse? I think I did. I have noticed there is a bug that if you travel a distance with your horse, you have to relog in order to see your horse. Because, yeah, there can be some issues. So here is where the fun begins. Now that we have our kelp and also the our horse did. It was just an issue with it going invisible. It happens every now and then. I don't know why. But anyways, now is the fun part where we can now basically go to the top of this thing. We do need to get up there, and I think the best way to do that is honestly using our tree. So let's go ahead and take a trip over here, and we can, yeah, just ride all the way to the top of the tree, break a piece of cobblestone, and go ahead and place it from there. So we can ride this all the way up. There we go. And we should be able to get access from here. And all we have to do is place water right here. Now this is going to do two things. It is going to place water. It should start flowing that way and should start flowing downwards. So just like that, it should do those two things. Now what we're going to do is use this going down. So we can go ahead and actually close this back up because we don't need that anymore. Actually, I might use this just to get out. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and leave that. So yeah, we should be able to go ahead and go down here. I did go ahead and place this on the side. You can see this allows an air pocket, so that way they don't die. But you see right here, if we place this here, kelp, which I think we need, do we need something other than soul sand? We might actually need something other than soul sand. Will dirt work? Yes. So we should be able to go ahead and just continue our way up. And by placing these will make these a solid water source all the way up to the top. And of course we can break them, go all the way down, break this, and place ourselves some soul sand. And that should enact a bubble column that shoots you all the way up, just like that. Perfect. This thing is almost completed. Look how beautiful. And yeah, it doesn't take that long to even explain to you guys, which I'm enjoying a lot. All right, so next step, make sure this is closed because I want to make sure that this is closed here because I actually want to get a piston that runs right here so I can close this myself. Oh, and I probably need to sleep. As you see, there are some phantoms. Oh boy. Or heard that there are phantoms. And you just gotta love phantoms. All right, next step on the list, now that the phantoms should be dying due to sunlight, is to get this placed, not there, like this. To get these water sources placed in each corner. And this is going to do exactly what I want it to do. It's supposed to fall into here. And then we do need a water source right here, I believe. Let's go ahead and grab a water source. Like this. I think, I actually might have messed this up. I might want to take a look at this real quick. Let me pull this back real quick. Let me take a double take, because I think that this is actually supposed to funnel out a lot shorter. All right, so that seems to actually do the trick. So the only other thing left to do is to go ahead and remove all the torches. Make sure that that top section is, of course, darkened. We do need to get this guy cleared up. I'll place the water and close the hole up that we had made for access, and then close this hole that is actually up top, and we should have mobs that should start showing up in here and eventually landing here. As long as we stay in this area, they should be working. I do hear them. So the only way for us to know is if we start to hear them up here. It sounds like they're being shot up. All right, so I did hear a mob. That sounded like a mob to me. And look what we have here. We have some zomboids. So this is going to give us food. It's going to give us potatoes. It's going to give us iron. It's going to give us experience. All of that good stuff that we want. Guys, this is a mob spawner. So let's go ahead and take what we've done here, right, on this build, and let's go ahead and get a little bit of redstone going to it, because I would like a piston to be able to shut it on and off. I mean, it won't shut it off 100%, but it will definitely keep them from spawning into the chamber, which is what I want to prevent. All right, so we are going to need a little bit of redstone for this, a little bit of iron, wood, and cobblestone, which I think we were missing everything but cobblestone. And there we go. And that should allow us to make a piston. Perfect. And now the piston, we're going to need a lever. Perfect. And I'm going to take this, and this is going to be the thing that is going to prevent them from coming down. I think we should be able to still see them in there for sure, but go ahead and place this. And you place that the other direction. There we go. And now when I give that a redstone signal, that should extend. Now I can't do it directly on here, but I can do it on one of the sides, like that. And I should be able to break this, and you can see they kind of get stuck there on the actual piston. And then once I decide to break this, they will drop. Alright, so a good way to prevent these guys from hurting me in any way is to actually build up a little bit of a platform here. Now with zombies, I'm not too concerned, but baby zombies are what are really concerning, right? Baby zombies can get you. So I want to use some slabs down at the bottom to stand on. I'll use some slabs down at the bottom. This will be what I stand on here. And we're going to have a full block here. Actually, that needs to change. We need to take this down because we actually need to go down one block. We need to stand one block further down. So there we go. We can use that. And still there. Go down one block. Perfect. And from there, that's where we're going to have these be full blocks. And this to be a slab. Just like that. And that means we can actually move the lever. Put that in a more functional place. Such as here. There we go. And you can see they're all building up. And we should be able to swipe these guys away. Just like so. And gain all of that good experience. Which is what I want. And the whole reason I have this farm in the first place. Right? And now to pick up items, I'm going to go ahead and use this. We're actually going to break these blocks. And I'm going to use 2 hoppers in order to collect those drops. And those drops are just going to funnel into a chest. So, pretty simple, guys. Let's go ahead and grab the hoppers. And making hoppers are super easy. But in this case, it's going to be extremely easy. And we're going to go ahead and make 2 chests. We already have enough for that, so there we go. Actually, I need to make 1 more chest. Because we are going to need 2 for a hopper. And a little bit of iron. And the good part about this farm is you're going to rekindle all of your iron back just after a few sessions of using this thing. So there's our hoppers. I have enough chests. We should be able to make this thing really functional. All right, let's go ahead and go down here. On this bottom side, these are going to be replaced. And we're going to replace those with some stairs. On the underside here, going to be stairs just like that. And then we're going to take a hopper. I'm going to go ahead and get a chest placed here. And a chest placed here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with this. So Let's go ahead and jump here. This hopper is going to connect to this one. This hopper is going to connect to that one. And then we just make our chest full size. And guys, we have a nice compact little storage area for those guys. And when we release, these guys are ready to go. We can now attack them from here. If we want, we don't even need this block, to be honest. We can place it right here so we can get closer. And look at that. We have a nice little killing chamber for our zombies to spawn in and, of course, gain experience. Looky there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also ring that notification bell so you guys can be notified when I do post new videos. And also give this video a thumbs up. Just smack that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. It also helps the video do a little bit better with the whole YouTube thing. So anyways, guys, I will see you in the next episode where we might decorate this thing and make this thing look a lot better. And also we have a skeleton spawner to do. But guys, I'll see you in the next episode. As always, thanks for watching.